Welcome to the Deep Dives AI Brief, episode 351.
It's been a really high-velocity week. We're seeing AI move, out of the lab and directly into some pretty serious real-world applications.
We really are. From patient care to global software deployment.
So for this deep dive, we're cutting straight to what matters.
And we have to start with a genuine breakthrough story. Microsoft's GigaTIME. It's an AI model that could honestly revolutionize cancer diagnostics.
It promises to map tumors with a speed and at a cost that was just impossible before.
Then we'll get into the coding wars. Mistral just dropped Devstral 2.
Right, a powerful new model. And it came with Vibe CLI, which is their first autonomous coding agent.
And that launch raises some really interesting questions about what open source even means anymore in this corporate environment.
Definitely. And finally, we're tracking a critical effort in governance.
OpenAI, Anthropic, and Block. They're all collaborating to set foundational standards for how these AI agents communicate.
Which is so important to accelerate adoption across the industry. So stick around because we'll also hit our comprehensive list of news updates and, of course, the trending tools you can use today.
Let's get started.
Okay, kicking off the primary news, let's dive into that breakthrough in medical AI, Microsoft's open-source GigaTIME model.
This isn't just another incremental improvement, right? This feels like it fundamentally changes how we analyze tumors.
What's so fascinating here isn't just the capability, but the accessibility upgrade.
How so?
Well, GigaTIME is built to extract these deep insights about tumor morphology and immune response information that used to cost thousands of dollars.
And take days of specialized lab work.
Exactly. And now I can get that from a basic routine $10 tissue slide.
That radical cost reduction is the entire key. It democratizes the diagnosis. You're moving from a system that depends on expensive equipment in a few central labs
To one that's accessible locally, using data that, clinics are already producing.
And to achieve this, GigaTIME was trained on a massive vision transformer architecture.
A huge one. It leveraged 40 million cell samples, which were provided by Providence Health.
So they essentially trained the AI to match those simple, low-cost slides with a detailed, really expensive immune system scans.
Teaching the model what to look for, that the human eye or even standard computational methods might just miss completely.
The scale of the validation here is also just so critical for building clinical trust.
It has to be. Researchers tested the model on data from over 14,000 cancer patients.
And they used it to build out this virtual library of 300,000 detailed tumor images.
Across 24 different cancer types.
And here's the core scientific insight, really. This virtual population analysis surfaced over 1,200 unique patterns.
And these weren't just random patterns. They directly linked specific immune activities within the tumor microenvironment to critical factors like cancer stage and, most importantly, patient survival rates.
So if you connect this to the bigger picture, it means researchers now have access to population-scale AI analysis that is fast enough.
And affordable enough.
Right, affordable enough to actually influence real-time treatment decisions and accelerate the discovery of new drug targets, all from data that was just sitting there in the clinics.
Okay, so moving from medicine to the very competitive world of coding.
Let's turn our attention to Mistral. They just launched Devstral 2, their next-gen coding model, alongside their first autonomous agent, Vibe CLI.
This is a really strong showing for the European AI giant.
Absolutely. The 123 billion parameter Devstral 2 model is intensely focused on coding tasks, and its performance shows that.
It scored 72.2% on the SWE bench verified benchmark, which is really demanding.
And to put that number in perspective for you, that score means the model can autonomously review and fix nearly 3/4 of real-world software bugs.
Bugs pulled directly from popular open-source repositories, so this is not a synthetic test.
And that score nearly matches the performance of the current top open-weight model, DeepSeek v3.2.
Which is notable because Devstral 2 manages to do that while being 5 times smaller than its competitor.
That size factor is a critical point. The release includes a small 2 variant.
Only 24 billion parameters.
Which is compact enough to run locally on a single consumer-grade GPU.
Or even a laptop CPU.
Yeah.
This small variant seems poised to be a real upgrade for models that can be deployed locally, offline, keeping all your code and data right there in your own environment.
Now, on the legal side, they did release Devstral 2 under what they're calling a modified MIT license.
This is interesting. The license specifically restricts usage for companies that surpass the $20 million mark in monthly revenue.
So this is a new wrinkle in the whole open source debate. Is Mistral trying to have it both ways? Set a financial guardrail but still claim the open banner?
That raises a really important question. It signals a move toward source available rather than strictly open source.
Right.
Companies like Mistral are trying to reconcile the massive cost of training these frontier models with the desire to build a community around their products.
So that $20 million threshold, it's like a safety valve.
It is. It prevents the largest tech firms from immediately taking their work and building proprietary services without contributing back financially. It's an ongoing tension between, idealist open standards and economic reality.
It certainly is. And alongside that big model, they also released Vibe CLI.
Their terminal native coding agent.
And being terminal native means it integrates right where developers already work. It's designed to scan large code bases and execute complex multi-file changes without you ever having to leave the command line.
And significantly, the Vibe CLI agent is released free under a very permissive Apache 2.0 license, so it's immediately available for anyone to use.
That focus on seamless integration leads us directly to our third major update.
The need for foundational standards for agents.
Exactly. And we saw a huge collaborative move this week with OpenAI, Anthropic, and Block co-founding the Agentic AI Foundation, or AAIF.
This new group is governed under the neutral umbrella of the Linux Foundation, which is a really strong track record.
Right. They host other huge projects like PyTorch and Kubernetes.
And the mission here is clear. Pool open source tools to build shared standards. The goal is to let agents communicate and operate effectively across the entire AI ecosystem.
And each of the founding members is donating a crucial core project to get things started. Anthropic is contributing its Model Context Protocol,
which is essentially a shared language that allows AI agents, regardless of who built them, to understand the context of a complex task.
The history, the goals, all of it.
And then OpenAI is offering Agents.md, a spec for defining agent capabilities, and Block is putting forward its Goose agent framework.
That's a development kit for building agents that can reliably run long tasks.
In the Model Context Protocol, the MCP, it's already seeing massive adoption.
It is. It's currently used by major players: ChatGPT, Cursor, Gemini, VS Code. There are over 10,000 active public servers using the protocol already.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture, the AIIF is absolutely vital for the future of AI.
By setting these common standards early, it helps ensure that autonomous agents can work efficiently on shared rails.
Which is necessary for any real enterprise deployment. It's a proactive step to speed up adoption and, maybe most importantly, to prevent proprietary walled gardens from fragmenting the agent space before it really even gets going.
And we're seeing heavy industry alignment here, too. Supporting members include Google, Microsoft, AWS, Bloomberg, and Cloudflare.
Okay, now let's shift gears for our segment covering everything else happening in AI today. We'll move at a slightly more measured rhythm here to absorb these broader developments.
Starting with what's coming out of Google Labs, they've injected some fresh AI capabilities into two of their experimental tools.
First is Mixboard, their AI-powered concepting board. It now supports Nano Banana Pro, which helps users explore early ideas and rapidly generate presentation-ready assets from them.
And on the consumer side, there's Doppel, which is their fashion app. It has advanced its digital twin creation.
So users can now generate a digital model of themselves from their photos to virtually try on any outfit, streamlining that online shopping process. Though its availability may still depend on your region.
The geopolitical chip wars continue to be a dominant story. NVIDIA received approval to sell its second most powerful AI chip, the H200, to China.
But the conditions attached are quite strict. Shipments must only go to approved customers. And the U.S. government is taking a 25% share of all sales. It's a fascinating mechanism for technology control.
And yet, despite that approval, the Chinese government is reportedly limiting access to those exact same chips. They continue to push hard for national self-sufficiency in AI hardware.
It really showcases that complex push and pull between export control and internal industrial policy.
In consumer integration news, we saw a major partnership as ChatGPT integrated directly with Instacart.
This means users can now generate grocery lists, browse products, build their cart, and fully check out for groceries, all without ever leaving the chat interface. This trend of seamless, direct purchasing is really accelerating.
On the frontier model front, there are reports that Meta is planning a significant new model. It's codenamed Avocado and is anticipated for release in the first quarter of 2026.
And the reports suggest this model may be proprietary, which would be a notable shift away from some of Meta's highly publicized open-source releases like Llama.
Turning to military adoption, the U.S. War Department introduced GenAI.mil. This is a new enterprise AI platform for the U.S. military.
And Google's Gemini debuted as the first available AI model for use on that platform, which signals an increasing reliance of defense organizations on commercial AI capabilities.
Across the border, Microsoft announced a massive commitment of 19 billion Canadian dollars to expand its AI infrastructure across Canada through 2027.
They also made a specific commitment to keep Canadian user data within the country, highlighting that growing importance of data sovereignty in global infrastructure planning.
We're also seeing regulatory scrutiny heat up quite a bit in Europe. The EU opened a new investigation into Google.
The question is whether its AI search summaries and its new AI mode improperly use content from external websites and videos without providing adequate compensation to the publishers. This speaks to those broader legal challenges around training data.
And in the enterprise service sector, Anthropic is now partnering with Accenture. They'll be providing specialized training for 30,000 of the firm's consultants on using Claude.
The goal here is to rapidly equip these consultants to help enterprises move their AI pilot projects out of the conceptual stages and into practical, scaled deployment.
And finally, reinforcing those geopolitical hardware tensions, the U.S. Department of Justice detained 2 men.
They were allegedly running a smuggling network to illicitly ship restricted NVIDIA chips to China. The investigation resulted in the seizure of over $50 million worth of high-end GPUs.
It just underscores the extreme value and control surrounding this critical hardware. That rapid, high-stakes pace is exactly why we do this deep dive every week.
Now let's wrap up our briefing with the tools you can use right now to boost your productivity. This is today's list of trending AI tools.
We already mentioned Vibe CLI, which is Mistral's new open-source command line interface powered by Devstral. If you're a developer, this is really essential for terminal native coding.
Next up is GLM 4.6v from Zipu AI. This is a powerful open-source multimodal family, and it's notable for its robust native tool use capabilities. That means it's excellent at calling external functions to solve problems.
For software development teams, check out Claude Code. It's a deep context AI coding assistant that recently launched a new Slack integration, making it easier for teams to collaborate right inside their communication platform.
If you are building digital agents or virtual assistants, TruGen can help you bring them to life. It generates expressive, human-like faces and visual identities for them.
For professionals who need efficient transcription, there's LazyTyper. It converts speech to text in real time using AI, so it acts like a high-speed digital typist for meetings or brainstorming sessions.
FAQ Ally helps businesses create powerful chatbots directly from their existing documents and knowledge bases. It really simplifies customer service or internal knowledge deployment.
And finally, there's Malloy. It's a tool aimed at streamlining creative workflow. It allows you to just type an idea and generate a full, complex animation in seconds, dramatically lowering the barrier to entry for motion graphics.
It is truly incredible how rapidly innovation is moving. From fundamentally changing human health through cancer mapping to setting shared standards for autonomous coding agents.
All while these global infrastructure battles are raging over hardware supremacy and data control.
The speed of development just means the practical applications of AI are redefining fundamental tasks every single week.
And I think the critical takeaway for you is that this is no longer a fringe technology.
Not at all. It is the infrastructure for modern life. It's touching everything from medicine to enterprise strategy.
We hope this deep dive has given you the concise, professional briefing you needed to stay on top of the fastest-moving space in technology.
Be sure to follow and share the AI Brief.
And we will see you in the next episode.